So, you want to get your own place, start homesteading? Here's 5 reasons why you shouldn't. Reason number 1, money. You won't have as much of it as you used to. It'll be spent on feed, it'll be spent on equipment, it will be spent on animals, it will be spent on tools, it will be spent on everything around the homestead except you. You might have spent it on hockey or kayaking or fishing, but not anymore. It'll be spent again on tools and equipment just to keep the farm running. It'll be spent on feed to keep the animals alive. It'll be spent on hoses. It'll be spent on electrical cords. It'll be spent on new fencing. It'll be spent again on everything but you. Number 2, time. You had some before. You were able to go to the movies. You were able to go out with friends for dinner. You were able to get together at Halloween parties. You would get together at vacations. Not anymore. That time will now be spent on projects like a new cow field, cutting down forest for a new goat field. It'll be spent on all your new projects. It'll be spent on looking after your animals. It'll be spent collecting eggs. It will be spent making sure everyone's waters are topped up, making sure everyone has food. It will be spent harvesting food from your garden, weeding your garden, improving your garden. It will be spent collecting honey from your bees. It will be spent harvesting your animals, butchering your animals. It will be spent doing everything that you did not do before. Number 3, vacations. You probably had some nice vacations before, going down to Cuba, Mexico, maybe to Europe, maybe somewhere else. No longer. Your vacations will now be spent at home, doing things at home. So you will have to get ready with things that you like to spend more time at home. Your vacation time will now be spent at home doing projects. They will now be spent harvesting animals. They will now be spent butchering animals. They will now be spent moving animals. They will now be spent completing projects for your animals. Basically, you will be using your vacation time to get projects done around the homestead. So, if you liked traveling, going to Mexico, going to Cuba, going to see the world, put that on hold. Because unless you have a farm sitter or a system in place or employees to look after your homestead or your farm, when you decide to go on vacation, your vacations will be at home. Number 4, friends. They will change. If you were living in the city or the subdivision, you will no longer have the same friends as if you move out and get yourself a little homestead. That will be different. It's very unlikely that they will come to visit. It's very unlikely they'll come to help. You will be having to get yourself new friends. It's kind of one of those facts of life that it just happens. You fade away, you have different interests, different things happen. You can't go out to dinner anymore. You can't have those Halloween parties. You can't go out to the movies. You can't go to the bar for drinks. Things change. So if you're prepared to handle a whole new set of friends, and I mean, you might have some friends that stick around. I still do. Bridget still does. But the overall general makeup of your friends will change. Number 5, self-care. It's a big one, and it's something you have to be aware of. Because once you move to something like this, everything changes. Number of homesteaders have talked about it before. It's kind of big right now. It's basically mental health, but as well as physical health, okay? You're gonna be doing more physically. You're gonna be lifting more. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna wake up sore. You're gonna go to bed sore. You're gonna be making old man noises like I do when you get out of bed. Your brain is gonna have to deal with the change of friends, the change of scenery, the change of social interactions, all these changes. You might have to deal with times alone where you're having to do everything, looking after, say, kids, looking after animals, looking after feed, looking after medical emergencies, looking after home issues, looking after vehicle tractor issues, equipment issues. Sometimes it all happens at the same time and it's not fun. So you need to be aware that changes in that will happen, and you need to look after yourself. Now, here's the thing to remember. After all of that, I would not change this. This is what I've wanted. This is what we have worked for. We love this lifestyle. We love the reward that comes from this lifestyle. We wouldn't change it for anything at this moment. So for us, those 5 negatives kind of outweigh, no, the other way around. Those 5 negatives don't outweigh the reward and just the feeling of being able to accomplish something yourself in this regard. So don't let that scare you off of becoming self-sufficient, getting your own place, working towards these goals. Just remember, there are a few cons to the whole process, and we don't want those sneaking up on you and suddenly you go, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? So I hope this helps, guys. If you need to chat or talk or have any questions about anything, feel free to leave us a comment. We'd love to answer. We'd love to help you out. The more people becoming self-sufficient, the better it is. So get down there, hit that like and subscribe. Be sure to leave us a comment, question, whatever your thoughts are. Love you guys.